Something about this trailer feels different. Not louder, not crazier, just heavier.
That boy got stretch pants. That boy got stretch pants.
Like when a conversation starts quiet, but you already know it's about to change everything. That's the energy Season 5 is moving with. Hawkins doesn't look scary anymore. It looks tired. Like a town that's been screaming for help and finally realized nobody was coming. The Upside Down isn't creeping around corners now. It's outside, out in the open, bold enough to breathe the same air as everybody else. That alone tells you everything. This season isn't about hiding. It's about consequences. The trailer doesn't rush. It lingers. And when a show lingers, it's because it wants you to sit with discomfort. Everybody looks older, not time skip older. Trauma older. The kind of older you get when you've been fighting battles your brain wasn't built to survive. 11 isn't panicking anymore. She's steady, and that's scarier than rage. She moves like somebody who knows every choice she makes comes with a price tag. Her powers don't feel flashy now. They feel controlled. Like she's learned that power without restraint is how things got this bad in the first place. And the trailer quietly makes this clear. 11 isn't the solution anymore. She's part of the problem that has to be managed. Vecna barely shows himself. That's not an accident. When villains stop performing, it usually means the damage is already done. He doesn't need to scare anyone anymore. The world is already broken. The trailer keeps pushing this idea that we misunderstood the Upside Down. Not underestimated it. Misunderstood it. That's dangerous. Because misunderstanding something means you've been fighting the wrong battle the entire time. The Upside Down doesn't feel random anymore. It feels intentional, organized. Like a system that's been running quietly in the background while everyone was focused on the wrong threat. The environments don't look corrupted. They look designed. Like Hawkins wasn't special, just convenient. And that realization hits hardest when you look at Will. Will doesn't need dialogue. His face tells the whole story. He looks like somebody who's been connected to something bigger than himself for a long time and is just now realizing what that actually means. Not chosen, not gifted, linked. Mike looks conflicted in a way we haven't seen before. Not scared, divided. Like he knows loving someone might not be enough this time. Dustin is still funny, still quick, but the humor is defensive now. That's not jokes, that's armor. Lucas looks resolved. That's a dangerous look. That's the face of someone who already accepted that everybody might not make it back. And Max? Even when she's not present, she's everywhere. The trailer understands absence. It lets silence speak. It lets empty space sit. Because loss doesn't need reminders. It needs room. The adults aren't leading anymore. Hopper doesn't look confident. Joyce doesn't look hopeful. Steve doesn't look invincible. They look like people who finally realize muscle and bravery don't mean much against something that doesn't follow rules. The military presence in Hawkins doesn't feel protective. It feels scared. Barricades, quarantine zones, big weapons pointed at problems nobody understands. That's not safety. That's panic with a budget. And here's the real shift. The Upside Down isn't being framed as evil. It's being framed as inevitable, like gravity, like time. Something you don't defeat, you adapt to. The lighting keeps shifting. Day doesn't feel safe. Night doesn't feel worse. That balance is gone, which tells you this season isn't about closing gates. It's about surviving a merge. Every character feels like they're approaching a decision instead of a fight. Who do you protect? Who do you let go? What line are you willing to cross when the alternative is losing everything? The trailer refuses to give answers. That's confidence. This show knows you're already locked in emotionally. It doesn't need to sell you action, it's selling you resolution. The music doesn't sound heroic, it sounds mournful. Like something is ending whether you're ready or not. And that's the truth. Stranger Things started with kids on bikes and adults who didn't listen. It's ending with adults who know the truth and kids who've been forced to grow up too fast. This season doesn't feel like a finale. It feels like a reckoning, not about monsters, about choices, about what happens when curiosity turns into responsibility, about what happens when survival costs more than anyone planned to pay. And when the trailer cuts to black, it doesn't hype you. It focuses you. Because there's no reset button this time. No do-overs. No hiding behind childhood innocence. Just consequences. And whatever happens next, it's permanent. That's not fear. That's reality. And that's why this final season feels different.